A very good morning to class 7th. Here is Kaushalya Rajpurohit, your social science teacher, and today we are going to continue chapter 6 Monumental Architecture. We have already discussed about the Rajputs, the regional kingdoms, and the architectures of the Sur Empire, right? And now we will be continue from Akbar. Akbar's regime saw the fusion of Persian, Central Asian, and regional style of architecture. This resulted in creation of new style. It can be seen in the structure at Fatehpur Sikri, the new capital that Akbar built near Agra. The building here are in red sandstone. The tomb of Sheikh Salim Chishti, however, is a white marble. The architectural style prevalent in Rajasthan and Gujarat is very evident in different structures of Fatehpur Sikri. Akbar built many other monuments. The Agra Fort is an impressive structure which is built by Akbar. Within it is the beautiful Jahangir Mahal. The tomb of Humayun is built on the raised platform and placed in the center of the garden. It is largely of red sandstone and has a double dome of white marble, right? So, during the reign of Akbar, the use of red sandstone was very much, right? Agra Fort or Fatehpur Sikri, so they have used the red sandstone. Now, the next Mughal emperor was Jahangir, Akbar's son. Building activity slowed down during the Jahangir's regime. He built the tomb of Akbar at Sikandar. He had it has a gateway with four minarets in a white marble at the four corners, right? As you can see in the pictures, this is the picture of the tomb of Akbar and the tomb of Itimud ud Daula at Agra was built by Nur Jahan. Its exterior has exquisite ornamentation in white marble. Precious and semi precious stones have been fashioned into the marble. Shah Jahan. Mughal architecture reached perfection during the reign of Shah Jahan. He is often called the engineer king. He built a large number of monuments, especially at Agra and Delhi. These have the finest features of Indian, Persian, and Central Asian architecture. Under Shah Jahan, there was a change in style as well as in the material used. Red sandstones, as we have seen, was popular under Akbar, and Jahangir was replaced by white marble. Walls began to be decorated with precious and semi precious stones. This method of decoration is known as Pietra Dura. Domes and minarets also began to feature in most monuments. The interior began to have multiple columns, curved roofs, and big and small arches. Floral motifs and calligraphic verses from the Holy Quran were used in the most monument, right? So the architecture was, you can say, evolved during Shah Jahan. He was also known as the engineer king. Monuments constructed during the Shah Jahan period. The most important monument which was constructed during the Shah Jahan period was Taj Mahal. Shah Jahan is immortal for this most famous creation, the Taj Mahal at Agra. He built it in the memory of his wife, Mumtaz Mahal. The monument is as tall as a 20-story skyscraper. Over 20,000 laborers took nearly 22 years to build it. The chief architects were Ustad Isa Khan Ifedi of Shiraz and his pupil Ustad Ahmad Lahori, right? So it took 22 years to build Taj Mahal. Taj is a mix of several architectural styles. It is placed on one side of a huge garden. The entire structure is of white marble. It has huge pearl-shaped dome and four slender minarets. The tapering minarets tilt away from the main body of the tomb so that in the event of an earthquake, they do not fall on the toe, right? So this was the precision which was made by Shah Jahan, right? So it is an immortal creation which has made even Shah Jahan immortal. Now, the next important architecture which was built during the Shah Jahan period was Red Fort. In 1639, Shah Jahan laid the foundation of new city, Shahjahanabad. He built the Red Fort here. It has numerous beautiful structures such as Diwani Am, built of red sandstone. This was place where the emperor held his public court. Diwani Khas, Shah Jahan's famous peacock throne, was kept on the marble platform here. And Shah Burj, it was used by the emperor for Jharoka Darshan, right? So this is also one of the important monument which was constructed during the Shah Jahan's reign. Now the next Mughal emperor is Aurangzeb. Architectural innovation, however, stopped under Aurangzeb. Most of his buildings were mere copies of earlier ones. They also lacked the sense of proportion and attention to detail. So, characteristics of the building constructed during Shah Jahan's reign. The tomb of Rabia Daurani, Aurangzeb's wife at Aurangabad, as you can see in the picture, is a poor imitation of Taj Mahal. Badshahi Masjid at Lahore was also built during the Aurangzeb regime. So architecture innovation stopped under Aurangzeb, and whatever was built does not have that precision and proportion which was seen during the Shah Jahan period. He built Rabia Daurani's tomb, which was also a very poor imitation of Taj Mahal. 18th century. There was decline in architecture during this period. The most famous structure of this period is Tomb of Safar, Safardarjung in Delhi. It was completed in 1753. Uh, some important monuments which were built during the 18th centuries were, as you can see, the Bara Imam Bara or Asafi Imam Bara was built by Nawab Asaf Uddin Dola in 1784 in the first picture. Then in the second picture we have Katra Katra Masjid, and in the last one we have Chowk Masjid, right? Raja Jai Singh of Amer built astronomical observatories at Delhi, Jaipur, Mathura, Ujjain and Banaras, right? Darya Daulat Palace and Jami Masjid were also built by the ruler of Mysore, right? So there was a decline in architecture. It had the architecture saw its peak during the Shah Jahan regime and it declined during the 18th century, right? So this is all about the monumental structure. I hope you have understood the topic. Thank you.